What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 35, and today we're bringing a brand new team, of course, but we are sticking with the Superior set from last time with the Koba Berry, enough HP investment to survive Choice Banded Talonflame's Brave Bird, just because I really want it to beat a Talonflame. On recording, I've beaten so many of them testing this thing. And of course, as soon as I'm recording, I just don't run into any Talonflames. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's just how the universe works, I guess. But anyway, coming into today, our record is sitting at, I think, 60-13 on the series. So we'll see if we can improve on that. We're bringing the Mega Absol today. It's actually a mixed variant. I'm packing the Ice Beam because otherwise Garchomp actually gives this team quite a bit of trouble. So yeah, I wanted to pack the Ice Beam for that reason, and Dragonite as well. Physically defensive, Jellicent is here as well, Choice Scarf, normal form Rotom, then we have Assault Vest Relicanth, because why not? Head Smash actually hits very hard, it allows me to take on a lot of the Charizard forms, and by a lot I mean both of them, because I don't know if Solar Beam kills, I'm not sure. That's one of the ones I didn't calc, maybe we'll be able to find out, but it does take on Talonflame very well, which we also kind of needed, because why not? I mean, if I do see a Talonflame, though, I'm probably just going to bring the Superior, so I guess it doesn't really make any sense. But, yeah, I just wanted to use Relicanth, basically, and not use the Choice Banded variant. So I gave it an AV. What can I say? And then last but not least, we have what I think might just be the MVP of this team, and that is our Endure Lychee Berry Hitmonlee, which also is packing the Reversal, so if we Endure, get down to 1 HP, activate our Lychee Berry, get an increase in attack, and then fire off ridiculously high-powered reversals that also get stab. Yeah, if you're not a Ghost type, you're basically dying. That's basically what it comes down to. So, for this battle here, I see Rhyperior, which is actually really cool to see, and Virizion, too. And Darmanitan. All these Pokemon are pretty cool to see. You don't see them a lot on Battle Spot. But I do want to lead off with Plasbad. Yeah, nicknames are now a thing on Battle Spot. I don't know if they're going to patch that, but with the latest update that I downloaded, yeah, apparently now we can just see nicknames. That's cool. So we get to see Pringles. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite nicknames for a Pokemon ever, because male Jellicent looks like the Pringles man. He does, I swear. I swear, I will stand by that. So anyway, I'm bringing the Rotom just because Gyarados is a thing, and I really don't have a way to beat it without it, so kind of have to bring it. And we can just lead off with it and Volt Switch out because we are Scarfed. So he's actually going to lead off with the Sableye here. I don't know what this thing is going to want to do to me. He may switch. Kind of tempted to just click T-Bolt, to be honest. I mean, he's not going to stay in a foul play, right? I don't know. I think either way, my best play is to just Volt Switch out because there's also the chance that he's Mega, and he is in fact Mega. So I don't want him setting up Calm Minds and things. So, yeah, he is actually going to set up the Calm Mind using his Prankster for the first turn. Now, of course, he's lost it, and he has Magic Bounce. But we'll Volt Switch out of here. This is not going to do very much, because he is at +1 Special Defense. And that's still okay damage. That's like 15%. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Now, I think, I mean, he's just going to Willow me if I go into Relicanth. So that's probably not the best idea. I mean, Superior is probably my only play here. I'm going to have to Leaf Storm him. At least I get to bring it in for free, because he did use Prankster Calm Mind. So now I have to go for Leaf Storm a couple of times and hope that 2 of them will kill. If he goes for Dark Pulse, that's not going to kill me, I don't think. He's actually going to withdraw. Okay, what are you going into? He's going to go into the Darmanitan, actually, which is, I guess, a good play. We miss our Leaf Storm anyway, so we don't even get the chip damage off on this, which is unfortunate. I kind of want to keep that Rotom alive just in case that last Pokemon is Gyarados. Because if he has it, I can't beat it. Unless I'm at, like, +2 or +4 or whatever with Superior. So I am going to go right into Relicanth. He's not going for EQ here. He's going to go for Flare Blitz or U-Turn. And he does go for the Flare Blitz. That's not going to do much. Even if you are Choice Banded, I quad resist that. So, yeah, that does not do much at all. Wow, how often do you see a Flare Blitz from a Darmanitan do, like, 30 HP? That's ridiculous. At this point, I could just click Head Smash. There's really no reason for me to click anything else. Waterfall will kill this, but he's not going to leave it in. He's going to switch something else in. so I want to hit it as hard as possible. And we'll see what that Pokemon is here in a second. It's going to be the Sableye. And with that chip damage, I don't know. A Head Smash might be a 2-hit KO. And we outspeed you now. You don't have Prankster. I think that is a 2-hit KO. So if we can hit another Head Smash, this Sableye is gone. Good job. Gil is on fire right now. Taking the Flare Blitz. Taking out a Mega Sableye in 2 hits. What is this? What is this? AV Relicanth is power, though, by the way. I've been using it for a while. I've never actually used it in a recorded battle, I don't think. And it is going to be the Gyarados here coming out. So, unfortunately, the Intimidate proves to be a little bit of an issue. I feel like I can go right into my Rotom here, because he might go for EQ. I mean, he knows I have the Rotom already, though. So, hopefully he doesn't go for Sub. That would not be good. That would not be what I want him to do. Oh, he actually goes for the T-Wave. So this is like a defensive Gyarados, I guess. I was about to say that's not the greatest play, but maybe he thought I was going to go into the Superior. So that would make sense to slow it down. So I can't say that's a bad play. I will go for T-Bolt here, because he doesn't want to switch Darmanitan in to take a hit. And he's just going to leave the Gyarados in and sack it, so that's dead. And we'll get to see whether or not that Darmanitan is scarfed or banded or whatever. It could be Life Orb too, just because Life Orb damage wouldn't show thanks to Sheer Force, because he went for the Flare Blitz there. So, we will see right here what he is, because if he outspeeds, he is Choice Scarf. Well, he could be Adamant too, because I am timid. So, yeah, I do outspeed, so he might be Adamant Scarf. That's possible. Because looking at that damage on Relicanth, I really don't think that was Choice Banded damage. I feel like it would do a little bit more than that. And he is just going to take us out with the Flare Blitz here, but we got all kinds of damage off on him, and he's actually going to survive that recoil there, which for some reason I thought he was going to go down, but Darmanitan does have a very high HP stat. Its defenses are garbage, but high HP stat. He will go for the Flare Blitz again because I'm like 99% sure that he's locked into it, and even though that really doesn't do that much damage to Relicanth, he's just going to go down. So that's going to be a victory for us. So I think that was a good team victory. With the exception of Superior. I think there's like some kind of curse going on with it. Because not only do we not run into any Talonflames anymore, but he's like misses Leaf Storms and just, I don't know. I want it to do more work, basically. I guess that's what it comes down to. But a victory is a victory. I will be happy about that because it was not hacks related, so that's always good. Brings the record to 61 and 13 on the series. And let's choose music number 19 this time, because why not? Why not? I don't even know what it is, but I know the higher numbers are all really good songs. So we'll go with 19. I think 23 is my favorite just because the Battle Frontier. Do I need to say any more? No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't have to say any more. Battle Frontier, that's it. End sentence, period. It's taken a long time to find a battle here. I really want to show off the... Oh, look at this guy's message. That's cute. From Japan? Why do you have an English message like that? I don't understand. But I really want to show off the Hitmonlee too. I want it to do some work. And it looks like it might be able to in this battle because he's got 3 Pokemon weak to fighting and 1 that is neutral but still dies after an Unburden boost did reversal. So that is cool. And Heracross unfortunately does resist the reversal, and so does Sylveon. So we would need to make sure that they are taken out before Hitmonlee can do anything. Pringles looks like a good choice for this battle. Just because Is that going to be Mega Heracross? So that's the thing. I don't know if it is. It's definitely Mega Pidgeot, but the question is, do you have double Megas? Or is that just like Scarf Heracross or something? Kind of tempted to bring Rotom too, because it will be able to outspeed and get rid of that Pidgeot, which could otherwise prove to be a little bit of an issue. Actually, Relicanth takes on this team extremely well also, with the exception of maybe the Terrakion, because I have EQ for Heatran. Porygon Z might just die to a Head Smash. Heracross does not want to switch in on a Head Smash, and I do have the Zen Headbutt if I really get into the prediction game. And Pidgeot, I mean, Pidgeot usually doesn't carry the HP Grass. From my experience on Battle Spot, they carry HP Ground for Heatran, because they usually have Heat Wave too. So Hurricane plus Heat Wave plus Hyper Beam is walled by Heatran. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here. I don't know. I'm just making things up as I go along, basically. We might have time for 3 battles in this video too, because we are only about 10 minutes in. And what is it doing? Okay, whenever it has a black screen for a long period of time like that, I start to freak out because I think a DC is coming, and I don't like DCs. I'm not a fan. So he is going to lead off with the Pidgeot, and he's either going to have to sacrifice this or sacrifice something else. Nothing switches in on 2 Head Smashes, I'm pretty sure. Of course, there's always the possibility that I miss a Head Smash, in which case we could be put in a bad position. But I really have no reason to not go for it here. The only resist he had to it was Terrakion. So, I mean, if I get damage off on that, that'd be great too, because it could be Focus Sash? Maybe? They're usually Choice Scarf on Battle Spot though, but I don't know. I'm just exploring the possibilities. This is not a switch in, this is to a KO'd. So, yeah, we get rid of Sylveon, which is great, because that's one of the things I can't OHKO. That does a ridiculous amount of damage. That did, like, almost 80%. Now, do you outspeed me? That is the question. You're probably defensive, so probably not. But, we'll have to see. We will have to see what you are packing, because Hyper Voice is not going to do too much, because I am Assault Vest, so I should be able to eat that up pretty well. But we do outspeed, indicating that he is defensive, and Sylveon is going to bite the dust without being able to do anything, which is great, because now you're either going to have to go into that third Pokemon, or you're in the same position you were in before, and you're going to have to go into Pidgeot. And he does go back into the Pidgeot. This is going to get OHKO'd by a Head Smash. He might have the HP Grass, or it might just be that his last Pokemon just gets demolished by this thing. He does know that I'm not Choice, though, because I did switch up my moves. So I don't know what he thinks that I am, but he is going to go for the Hidden Power, and if you heard a bang in the background, that was my cat tacking the window as usual. And he does show off the Hidden Power, I believe Ground, right? I feel like Grass would do way more than that, because it's 4 times super effective. So, yeah, Head Smash connects again. Surprised we haven't missed one yet. Shouldn't have said that. What am I doing? I'm jinxing myself. That's what I'm doing. Pidgeot is gone. That's just OHKO'd. Oh, and his last Pokemon is Heatran, so it's understandable because this is probably defensive, and that means that you're just going to die to an Earthquake. Did he DC? No, he did. Okay. Okay, because I want to watch Heatran die. Don't forfeit. Toxic. All right. Of course, you gotta have the Toxic Heatran. Everybody runs specially defensive Toxic sub-nonsense on Battle Spot. So I'm just gonna go for the EQ, and you are dead. So that's that. We just had a Relicanth sweep, ladies and gents. The rest of our Pokemon didn't even get a chance to do anything in this battle. What? A Relicanth sweep on Battle Spot? What is this? What is this? That wasn't like a joke team either. You had a Mega Pidgeot and a Heatran and a Sylveon. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Oh, now he DCs. Haha, that's perfect. I was waiting for the DC during the battle, but at least he let me get the last kill because I love watching Heatran die. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Moving on, we're going to definitely get another battle because we're only 13 minutes into this video and we already have 2. So, bonus battle time. And I will choose, we'll go with Music 20 because it's right next to Music 19, which is what we were just at. So, yeah. Relicanth, though, putting in some serious work. So we got Hayden from Australia, from Queensland. Okay. Cool. I mean, that's better than Japan, because I always go up against Japanese players. Unfortunately, though, I see the Suicune and the Togekiss, like 2 of my most hated Pokemon of all time. All it's missing is, like, Chansey and Cresselia on here. So I'm guessing that's going to be Crocoon. And actually, it might not be. It might not be because he's got the Quiver Pass for the Venomoth. I'm assuming that's what it is, because nobody runs it offensively. Everybody just runs Quiver Pass, which I think is kind of a waste of a potential, especially with Fairy types being a thing this gen, because Sludge Bomb is actually pretty decent coverage. So, I don't know. I mean, and it also gets Tinted Lens, too, which does help. So, thinking I want to lead off with the Rotom, because I can at least hit the Suicune super effectively, I can hit the Togekiss super effectively, I can break the multi-scale on that Dragonite, I'm assuming that's going to be Mega Lucario, which actually is very, very dangerous. If he brings that, I think I might just lose. I don't think I have anything for that. Because they usually run a Dark move on Battle Spot. If he's physical, he'll have Crunch. If he is special, he could have Dark Pulse. And that means that Pringles does not counter him. Doesn't mean I shouldn't bring Pringles just in case he's not carrying that coverage. But, I mean, because this is a Quiver Pass, I feel like that's going to be special Mega Lucario, though. Which means Dark Pulse, that's going to do a lot, though. Poor Pringles. I'm going to bring it anyway, because we can also shield against Extreme Speed from the Dragonite. So, let's get into it here. We will see what happens. Not too confident going in. Not too confident. But, oh yeah, and our record is 62-13 now after that second win. Before I forget to mention it. So he is going to send out the Venomoth, and that looked like it was a Moonball. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. So, let's see. Do I want to stay in? I mean, I do outspeed this thing, obviously, because I'm Scarfed, and this is going to be Quiver Pass. So I could just Volt Switch out, but a couple of T-Bolts might go a long way, especially if I can get a Para. What am I talking? Am I really debating staying in to try to get a Para with T-Bolt? Like, is that what it's come down to? I think I need to go for damage, though, not the Para. What am I? I'm not going for hacks. I'm not going for hacks. That's ridiculous. That does over half. Wow, that did a lot. So he's probably invested in his speed and not HP. Maybe he is max HP, max speed? I don't know, though. I'm going to go for another T-Bolt, because that might just kill depending on a roll, and we're not going to get it. And he is going to pull off another Quiver Dance. He knows I'm Scarfed now because I did outspeed him this turn, but at +2, he will outspeed me, and he will be able to pass it here. And there's really nothing I can do about it, but he's not going to be able to pass it safely. He's going to take some damage on something. So we'll see what he goes into. Possibly Suicune, maybe? I mean, it will still take the T-Bolt relatively well at +2. But he's actually going to go into the Lucario. And this will still do okay damage. Yeah, it did like 20%. Oh my goodness, we get the Para! We get the Para! That's terrible. That's terrible because he may have been able to just sweep my team right there. Yeah, he really may have, especially if he had Dark coverage to hit Ghost types, because Pringles was going to get destroyed by that. That is so unfortunate. I'm not even going to lie. That's really, really unfortunate. That stinks. That really stinks for my opponent. Now, Gil here can take out this Lucario with an EQ, most likely. So I'm going to switch it in. I don't think he's going to go for a Fighting type move, just because I'm a Ghost type. So if anything, he might show off the Dark Pulse here. And he also could have the Vacuum Wave, but because he's Quiver Pass, he probably doesn't have the priority because he gets all that extra speed. So the priority could be considered unnecessary. He's actually going to show off the Shadow Ball and not the Dark Pulse, which is almost the same coverage. And despite being Assault Vest, that still does a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm going to show off the EQ here, and he is not Vacuum Wave, so he is going to go down to this EQ. And that Para mattered so much. I really think he had a legitimate chance at sweeping my entire team there. That really stinks. Not even gonna lie. Like I'd be a bit frustrated if I was him. But yeah, you have a Suicune and a Togekiss, so I don't know if I feel that bad for you on second thought. But he's gonna go back into the Venomoth, and I can't really stop him from setting up boosts here. So I guess I just have to try to kill you here. So I guess I'll just go for EQ. And he is going to show off the Sleep Powder. Figured he would go for it this time. And the reason I didn't want to switch in my Rotom on that was because I still outspeed, even at +1. So now that he put my Relicanth to sleep, he's not going to go for Sleep Powder again. He's going to Quiver. So I can go into the Rotom. Although Sleep Claws is not a thing, he could put everything to sleep. Because these are the silly rules. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're not the silly rules. But he is going to go for the Quiver there, so I can just go for a T-Bolt here or a Volt Switch and finish him off. I think I'll go for Volt Switch just because I don't know what his last Pokemon is. I don't want to be locked into T-Bolt if that is not the correct move. So we'll get rid of the Venomoth, and that's great because he's not going to be passing any more boosts into anything. And I guess it just comes down to what that last Pokemon is. Kind of tempted to go into Relicanth to burn some sleep turns and just sack it. But I don't want my opponent to set up if they have a setup move for free, because they have at least one free turn. And it's actually going to be Togekiss. That kind of stinks that I took all that damage on Relicanth, because Head Smash will OHKO this thing. But all I need to do is get some damage off on it, and then I can finish it off with a T-Bolt, even if it is Scarf, because my Rotom is Scarfed, and it naturally outspeeds it. So there you go. And he's actually just going to forfeit the match. I was going to go for the Will-O-Wisp there to get some residual damage, and then I was just going to continually scald him until Pringles went down, and then I would go in with Rotom and T-Bolt, and that should have been the match. I'm assuming that was an offensive Togekiss, but yeah, he really didn't have much of a chance to win. Unfortunately, that para did kind of mean a lot, but I don't know. We will never know because it didn't turn out that way. So that's going to be it for this time. Our record actually is up to 63-13 at the moment. Had a lot of triple battle episodes lately. Maybe we'll get some more through this session. I really want to show off that Hitmonlee. Still fingers crossed for the Talonflame as well to show off the Superior set. But anyway, that's going to be it for this time. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. And until then, game on.